Mandy is a 2018 psychedelic psychological horror film, directed by Panos Martos, and features everybody's favorite loose cannon, Sir Nicolas Cage. The story takes place in 1983 near the Californian Shadow Mountains, and we follow the relationship of Red, a burly lumberjack, and Mandy, a gas station cashier, who also dabbles in fantasy art. They've got a pretty cushy life, to be fair. Red and Mandy mind their own business, and enjoy their quiet, secluded life in their cabin in the woods. Very nice. That is, until some whack jobs drive past Mandy one evening, and their enigmatic leader, Jeremiah, gets a chubby for her. Turns out Jeremiah is a right evil asshole, and his hippie cult, known as the Children of the New Dawn, hatch a plan to kidnap poor Mandy. But they can't do it alone. Oh no. One of the nutters summons some demons with some weird-shaped ocarina. An ocarina? What do you think this is? The Legend of Zelda? Well anyway, these demons are a peculiar bunch, but you know, demons usually are. These demons just happen to be a bunch of bikers. Now we know bikers wear leather, are partial to a shandy or two, and can sometimes get up to a bit of mischief, and these bikers are no different. They're like the Cenobites from the Hellraiser movies, but with driving licenses. One's a bit slimy around the facial area, and another appears to be made exclusively of nails. Very dangerous indeed. After some fannying around in the dark, and some very odd drinking, Mandy is taken in the dead of night. But it doesn't quite go to plan for Jeremiah and his bizarre buddies. Drugged up and somewhat loopy, Mandy proceeds to laugh at the cult leader, especially around the time he reveals his winky, for obvious reasons I will not be including in this video, and he gets noticeably irate at her reaction. So the cult decide it's a pleasant evening, maybe pleasant enough for a barbecue. Except Mandy is on the menu, and nobody seems to be particularly hungry. Mandy is burned alive in front of Red, in a harrowing scene that was hard to watch. Needless to say, old Nicky Boy is not a happy camper, and after the goons leave, he manages to wriggle loose of his barbed wire shackles. In a rather emotional scene, we next see him swigging vodka, whilst having a proper scream, and generally making a right racket in the WC. And there we have it. A psychotic cult hell-bent on destroying the lives of innocent people, a normal man pushed to the limit, and Bill Duke, from Predator, which is always a bonus. Can Red avenge the death of Mandy? Will the dodgy devil bikers continue their reign of terror? And what will Jolly Saint Nick do with his big shiny, kind of axe-type thing, with a handle, and a big sharp blade on the end? I think you may be able to guess. The theme of Mandy is dread. It's all about the dread. At every point you feel it. Even when the characters are chilling out, it's still eerie. Especially when Mandy recounts a story about killing baby starlings with a hammer. A lovely bedtime story? I think not. In its essence, Mandy is a blood-soaked revenge movie, but the supernatural segments give it a much-needed spine-chilling edge. Nicolas Cage gives a great performance, with emotions ranging from calm and loving, to all-out balls-to-the-wall rage. This strangely seems to be in his comfort zone. Linus Roach, who plays Jeremiah, also plays a very convincing deluded cult leader, but I wish we saw more of him. Not his winky, I meant more of his hypnotic craziness. The first very noticeable aspect of this movie is its grainy old-school aesthetic. This was achieved by using a specialist camera, and really sets Mandy apart from other modern horror films. I personally loved the psychedelic landscapes, particularly how the lava lamp effect of colors seemed to melt into each other. It really emphasized the otherworldly feeling of the movie. By the way, can we just mention how big everyone's eyes look in this movie? Everyone looks like they're all completely mashed for the entirety of the film. My favorite scene concerns something that you don't get to see that much in movies, unfortunately. A good old-fashioned chainsaw fight. That's right, Nick Cage dons a regular chainsaw, whilst his opponent wins points for being Billy Big Bollocks, and brandishes a bloody massive chainsaw. Perchance he may be overcompensating for something? Well, that's neither here nor there. Their battle doesn't last long, but it did have me on the edge of my seat because, you know, it's chainsaws. Of course, Mr. Cage prevails, in a predictably gruesome scene involving said Mr. Billy Big Bollocks, and said Mr. Massive Chainsaw. If you plan on watching Mandy, then don't go in expecting to have a nice time. This movie is dark, disturbing, and evil, so if that's what tickles your pickle, then fill your boots. Just don't come crying to me, if you have nightmares about being abducted in the middle of the night by demon bikers. Mandy, grim but devilishly delightful. Thanks for watching, my little darlings. Cheers, babes.